Shalom, give our praises and glory to Al Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Hakadash. The balance to the apostles of GMS, rule, and shalom to the faithful man is always doing this work. Alright, the work of the Lord. Lord willing, very quick video. I'll speak on Salakia. Matter of fact, the scripture right here. Because when we mentioned this a little bit yesterday, me and the brothers, you know what I mean? Talking about vexation, and that's something that is gonna happen. I don't give a fuck who you are, you're gonna get vexed. Even the elites, the people that so-called have the best lives, they all get vexed. But if you a man of the Lord, you especially gonna get vexed. Claim, all right? Because, like the scripture says, like that's Lot, vexed with the 50 conversation of the wicked. We in the same position, you know what I mean? We are vexed. We look at life, it could just be simple. You could be just trying to get entertainment, watch TV, watch a movie, and it'll be some weird shit, some old shit. And which was beautiful that last night me and the brother watched that Dune Dawn. I think it's Dune or some shit like that. That movie was fire. But I started noticing that there was no mode scenes. There was no mode for the second one. There was no mode scenes. That's a refresher, because every fucking thing that you see today, movies, shows, is always gotta add some mode shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, it vex your spirit, man. And that's just gonna keep happening until the Lord returns, really. You know what I mean? And but you can't let that destroy you. You know what I mean? You can't let the vexation overtake you. You know what I mean? And make you do something foolish. All right. But yeah, man, there's some things that the Lord is just gonna have to vex you, and He might keep it on you. You know what I mean? Sometimes the Lord might answer your prayer and remove it from you immediately, but sometimes He might make you wait a little bit. It might take a couple months, it might take a year or two, or sometimes the Lord might do something to you, you know what I'm saying, that put a thorn in your flesh that would stay for the rest of your life. Like, you might have some type of illness or something wrong with your body or something like that. The Lord might heal you from that. The Lord have healed, brother. I heard stories. The Lord healed brothers from mental things, from physical things, painful fucking things. I heard some things, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes the Lord might just keep it in you, just to keep you humble. You know what I'm saying? Let me read this real quick. 2 Corinthians 12. Salakia. 1 Corinthians 12 and 5. Let me see. Of such a one will I glory, yet of myself will I not glory, but in my infirmities. Yeah, we glory in our afflictions and our infirmities, because we get better. As the scripture says, to be joyous when you fall into diverse temptations, for it's in so many words, it's gonna work for your good. You know what I'm saying? We want to go through these little battles that we have to go through each and every day, because each and every day that's gonna make us stronger, and it's gonna sharpen our patience. It's gonna sharpen our everything that we need. That we need. All right. Now it says, for thou, let me see, for though I would have desired to glory, I should not be food. For I would say the truth, but now I forbear, at least any man should think of me above that which he seemeth me to be, or that he heareth of me. And at least I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations. There was given to me a thorn in the side, in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, least I should be exalted above measure. So yeah, man, so sometimes the Lord do that. The Lord might send Satan, and he might buffet you, put a thorn in your side, in your flesh. You know what I mean? If a thorn is in your flesh, imagine you just walking, you got a thorn in your shoe. You know what I mean? It might not. I mean, sometimes it might hurt, but sometimes it might not exactly hurt, but it might be just annoying. Like with the like, it's like something that keeps fucking pricking you and shit. And you want to get it out. You know what I'm saying? All right. And we don't know exactly what that was for Paul, but you know he had a thorn in his flesh. You know, it could have been an illness, it could have been whatever else, or mental illness, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. But the Lord kept it on him to keep him humble, because the Lord revealed a lot of fucking things to like a lot of things to Paul, a lot of things, and that you could get proud of that. So the Lord do things to keep on you to keep you humble. All right, just like if you a champion or some shit, you won fights or you won games and shit. You know what I mean? Are you gonna just be like, okay, I did what I had to do? No, the fight still goes on. You still gotta train. You still gotta go and that's why they say like champions and shit. That Sweden. This is the reason why they're champions, because even after they won a very great thing like a championship or something like that, they still gonna train like as if they didn't, because they still, the fight still goes on. They still gotta continue on. And if they don't, then if they get proud and be like, oh, okay, well, I won this championship, you know what I'm saying? And guess what's gonna happen? That person will get lazy, and then somebody else is gonna challenge them, and they're gonna beat them. So that's what the Lord do. The Lord do these things to keep us humble. So brothers gotta deal with whatever you mean. Sometimes you gotta deal with certain shit. Like I said, I mean, the Lord, He will heal you. You know what I mean? But sometimes it might take a very long time. Like that woman with the issue with the blood. You know what I mean? She had that problem for fucking 12 years, bro. Imagine having to deal with that shit for 12 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? 12 got long ass years, bro. Alright? But the Lord finally healed her. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord might have to make you go through that. You know what I mean? But we can't get weary of well doing. We can't, like scripture says, endure temptation. Endure hardness as a soldier. This is many, I'm gonna make some scriptures to constantly endure. There you go. You know what I mean? Because it's not a time where you're just gonna go through real heavy spiritual battles and then that's it. Like nah, the shit she gonna get more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? But it says for this thing I besought the Lord thrice, all right, 3 times, that it might depart from me. And He said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. All right, and that's how the Lord deal. You know what I mean? The Lord deals with the underdogs with weakness. You know what I mean? Sometimes that'll be the best times that can bring out the best of you. Is when you're weak, when you're tired, when you're scared, because that shows you who you really is. You know, like the scripture says, in adversity that reveals who what that man is. And we constantly in adversity. So if we constantly in adversity and vestation and shit, then that's constantly proving our character. All right? You know what I'm saying? Man, sometimes you be surprised. Like I remember one time years ago, some dude kept acting like he about to pull out his gun on us and shit. And my mindset was like, man, which, now knowing, you know, I would have used wisdom and been like, all right, we gotta wrap up. Niggas would look at you as a bitch. But if he keep tweaking like that, then I'd have been like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. This nigga tweaking. But anyways, but he stood our ground and shit, you know what I mean? And I remember having a mindset like, shit, fuck it. Because he was mainly worried about the brother because he was, so-called white looking. He really was focused on him. And I had to, like, get in front, like, in between and kind of, like, distract him type shit. And I was just thinking in my mind, like, shit, I'm going to die for the brother if that's what needs be. But if I die, let me die manfully. I remember I asked the Lord, deliver us from this. But if not, let us die manfully. You know what I'm saying? I remember thinking aftermath, like, it's beautiful that, that the Lord gave me that mindset. Because, some people would have folded, like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? All right. But it says, let me see, most gladly, therefore, I would rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of my shock may rest upon me. You know what I'm saying? So we glory in these things. Just like in 300, all them damn arrows getting shot at them, they wasn't scared and crying. They was like, shit, fighting in the shade or something like that. They started laughing and shit. They was glad to die gloriously on a battlefield. So therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities and reproaches and necessities. And yeah, man, there be times where we in need, through as fuck, needy as hell. I remember times with me and the brother broke, man, broke as fuck, man. I picked him up from where he was at. I barely had no money. He barely had no money. We put our money together, and that was one of the greatest fucking times of my life. Shit, Lord bless. Shit, we got us some beers, got us some chicken. You know what I'm saying? Went to the crib, watched a movie, and that was shit. That was simple, but that was the best. You know what I'm saying? Cause them necessities, them times where you in need, you needy, you through, and you going through it with a brother or somebody, or a friend, whatever. That makes y'all get closer. You know what I'm saying? Cause it shows that you there for a brother, even when they in a lowest, they there for you. And shit, he suffer, you gonna suffer too. You gonna, in persecutions and distresses for my Mashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then am I strong. All right. This is become a fool and glorying. Let me see. Ye have compelled me, for I ought to have been commended of you, for in nothing am I behind the very chiefest apostles, though I be nothing. That's pretty much, let me see. That's pretty much the point. But yeah, man, sometimes it might be a little thorn in your flesh, man. That that may annoy the hell out of you, but you gotta endure it. One last scripture, all right. This is Luke 22 and 31, and he said, the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan have desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. All right, and you look up the word sift, it goes into, I just learned this through the elders, the brothers down there in Dallas. You look at the word sift, um, metaphorical definition, it goes into pretty much doing something to somebody. Hold on, let me see. It's a little free YouTube download type thing. If brothers, you type that in. If you want to download a video, type in YouTube, download it. But anyways, this it means to sift, shake, and sieve. Figuratively by inward uh irritation. I think that's the word. To try one's faith to a verge of overthrow, agitation, shalakia. So, and that's what Satan gonna do, man. That's perfect. That aligns perfect with this scripture, with the topic, because Satan is gonna vex you and irritate you and irk you, and he's gonna try to keep doing that over and over again, keep poking at you until you know, until your faith is overthrown. Till you snap, till you say enough is enough. I ain't doing this no more. That's what Satan wants you to do. You know what I'm saying? So don't let these vexations that's in your life. Certain brothers is different. For other brothers, some brothers might go through vexation with the way your house, and by my brother might have to constantly move, like the scripture says. Moving is Somebody that always moves is a vexation. I forgot how it goes, but I know it's in I think it's Sirach. You constantly on the move. You got to move from this house, that house. You know what I mean? Your car keep breaking down. You know, nobody wants to go through that shit, man. That shit is annoying, bro. That shit will stop your whole fucking day, man. Your lady, you know what I mean? She might be vexing you, you know, your children, whatever it may be, or you might have some type of illness or some type of element or whatever, you know, or something mental. You might deal with low self esteem, you know, with shyness and shit, or with anger, or whatever the fuck it is, man. You can't let it irritate you too much to the point where it's like, all right, throwing your hands up and give up and shit. Like, nah, bro. When you sign up for this truth, man, ain't no giving up, man. Fuck all that shit, man. Like I said, man, I always remember what people said to me. Whether it was good, whether it's words of encouragement, whether it's bad words, whatever. I remember what the elder Demashapot, when we met him, this is my second time meeting him, but we went down there, you know, we was able to go to his house and meet the brothers and the elder apostle and everything. And he was just going down the line. You know, our camp is pretty small, so he was just telling each brothers. It was like some, what's that movie? The Wizard of Oz, bro. When they went all the way to that journey to go find wise words or whatever from the Oz nigga or whatever. And he was telling each person, like, okay, you need courage, but you know, this is the answer. You need the heart. This is your answer. This, you need to go back home. This is your answer. Like, each person got a different answer. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how it was. Like with the elder, he was just breaking it down to each brother. Like, you know. And for me personally, you know, he was saying, you know, other things, whatever. I don't even get too much in detail, but one thing he said was like, man, he told all of us, man, we can't let Satan win, bro. Fuck that, bro. Fuck that. You can't let this nigga win, bro. You, man, listen, bro. Every single Israelite have a warrior type mindset, whether he fights or whether he don't. Whether he's Gad, whether, you know, because there's troops in Gad and Manasseh, you know, whatever. But one way or another, all of us are warriors. We got that mindset in us, man. Yahweh is a man of war. So we gotta be a man of war too. Brother might not fit. I mean, you should. I mean, as a man, you should, you know, fucking learn how to fight. You know what I mean? But just throw that in there. But, you know, we fight mainly spiritually, man. And we can't give up. We can't let Satan win this battle. You gotta win, bro. We can't let vexation. I mean, shit vexing, bro. Shit can be depressing. Shit can be, you know, bitter. But like the scripture says, you can't let bitterness overtake you. All right? Because if it does, then eventually you're just gonna give up on the truth because the truth gonna be too much for you. All right? Because it's like scripture says, you increase in knowledge, you're gonna increase in grief. Does that mean that you're supposed to be fucking swallowed in grief? No. There's a balance to things, man. And don't forget to read, man. You gotta read, you gotta listen, you gotta throw the brothers on, throw the apostles on, listen to a brother, go talk to a brother, go hang out with a brother. Even if you're doing something secular, watching a movie, watching, you know, or just watching a game or some shit, bro, the Lord is gonna be brought up one way or another, bro. A few times. That's just how. See, that's the spirit. You know what I'm saying? All right, and that's the double. That's the spirit times two. 144. Come on, bro. Let me finish this video, bro. Let me get out here. Get up out of here. All right. Um, where was I at? All right. But I have prayed for thee that thou faith fail not, and when thou art um converted, strengthen thy brethren. So yeah, so the Lord wants you to go through these things because this is how we get stronger. This is how we get experience. You know what I'm saying? By keep constantly going through it over and over and over again. So now, so like, yeah, I don't want to talk about fighting too much. I mean, that's just what I do. I love to fight. You know what I'm saying? But and there's so many spiritual things you can take from fighting, bro. But um when you fight, you know what I mean? When you probably have your first fight, you know what I mean? You're nervous, you don't perform as well as you want to, but you keep fighting it, then you know, sparring and then actually fighting, competing, then each time you get better and better. Okay, that didn't work. Let me switch up. And then you get calmer too. That's the main thing. You get calmer. That's why you see people, you see the pros, like pro boxing, they look calm as fuck. You know what I mean? Because they know how to deal with it versus somebody that just started fighting. That person, you gonna see jittery, he gonna be, you know what I mean? Because he's nervous. But the point is, the person that fought many times, he been through it. He's calm because he got experience. And that's what the Lord's gonna do with us. Each and every day, you exercising your spirit. You getting tried and tested. Even if it's small, you know, every day don't gotta be doom and gloom and crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? It could be the simplest of things, man. The Lord could just, you know what I mean? But each day you getting better. And now you're getting calmer in the spirit. Now you're getting more confident, you know? That's what we all need. And then once you get converted and you get strengthened, then you can turn around and you can make a video. Hey, brother, look, I've been through the same shit. You having problems with your girl? Hey, do this, that, and the third. Hey, now you know how to give answer to brothers, man, because you've been there, done that. That's pretty much the point, man. Hopefully, I was edifying. Give her praise and glory to Albert Shemel Shah, Bishop Hakadash. Bounce to the process of GMS. Shalom to the Ruwell. Shalom to the faithful men as always, continually doing the work of the Lord. So I'm going to say shalom.